George Russell, the Rain Man.
All the whinging come from the Brits.
They had, just the race alone, they had 1,200 infringements to have to look at.
Wow.
He's gone over the track limits.
He's intimidating me. Welcome, everybody, to the Idiots of F1 Austria Review. United by an amateurish and mostly uneducated love for Formula One, three everyday fans armed with a microphone are on a mission to obnoxiously share their insights and opinions with anyone that will listen. That means you, the listener. On my left, someone who is always within track limits, Taylor Shoya.
I don't even know what to take of that, man.
It just means you're better than Lando Norris. And on my right...
Oh, you mean Ocon?
A man who has more arrogance than Max Verstappen.
You're
Evan
welcome.
Locke.
Mwah, mwah. I'm kissing my muscles right now. You can't see me.
Have you got to have muscles, mate?
Oh.
Willing to take the fastest lap from anyone.
I removed a rib so I could kiss that.
Jeez.
Oh,
Cut that out.
Yeah, I'll probably not. Well, good evening, everyone. Or good morning, wherever you are. We are here to give our opinions and passionate overview of what was one of the most entertaining races of the year. One of the most entertaining races ever, wouldn't you say, Ev?
The sprint race, I would.
The sprint race, well, that's part of the weekend.
Yeah. All right, there you go.
You don't want to elaborate on that, mate?
I was just
Are
going
we
to
at-
say.
Are we at the point where I'm elaborating? Yeah, it was the sprint race had some of the greatest racing I think I've ever seen in my entire life.
Wow.
There were several. It was always around. It was like the fourth and fifth corner, where it was right at the top of the circuit. So a few years ago, where Albon tried to go around the outside and Lewis pushed him didn't push him, he just drove him off the track.
Yeah.
It was that corner. And there was at least 3 or 4 times when there were 5 cars going into that corner side by side.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I talk about this every week that Formula 2 has the greatest driving because every corner of every lap of every race, they're 4 cars abreast going into every corner.
Yeah. And
And this was that. All of the talk that the cars are too big, which they are, and they're too heavy and they're too cumbersome. It's how the hell did we get that this sprint race? Everybody was not only on different tires, but on different strategies for their tires.
Yeah.
So Lewis was holding back on his tires.
Yeah.
Until right before he needed to change it. And then he gunned it, and then that's when everybody else was dying because they'd gone too hard, too fast on their tires. George Russell, the Rain Man, calls it.
He could have got that very
slicks.
wrong.
He could have.
Yeah, he did the last time he tried.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did.
Was it Azerbaijan or something? And he went on too early.
Yeah.
But it was perfect, and it's just and it's just short enough that lap. It's not too long.
No.
I mean, sorry, it's not too short. Maybe it is, but it's
Well, what
when
is
a
it?
lap's-
A minute? It's a minute 3 when it's dry.
Yeah.
On softs.
yeah, and it's just like a little go-kart track, but for cars.
Oh, yeah.
They do have a little go-kart track there as well, and I always wish that they'd have whenever the lights go green for the Formula One, there's also a go-kart race.
Didn't they have
going
that
green.
one year? They had that last year or the year before, didn't they?
I want
They
that.
were showing
That'd be
it.
awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, well, I mean, I'm not a big fan of this sprint format in general. I like the old format, but something about having Saturday have not really anything to do with Friday on Sunday is a bit annoying. However, in saying that, God, did I have a great time watching the sprint, even as much as watching Hulkenberg hold second place for as long as he did.
Oh, yeah, no, he was doing great.
And just watching Russell just not slowly, very quickly move through the pack. He was going
He
4
did a
seconds
good
faster
job.
than some people at one
Yeah.
stage, which is
Yeah.
and that's a
that
short track.
Well, and that was also
Yeah.
because of his right decision
Yeah.
on going on the slicks before everyone else, and you quickly saw that benefit him really quickly.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. And once you watch on the intermediates, folks, if you're watching, you'll notice during the race when they're on the intermediates, they're looking for the water to cool the tires down, because on the dry track they get very hot very quickly. And I think once you get to that stage of the race where people have to go off the racing line to go over the water, you're probably at a good point to go, all right, it's time for the slicks. Although it is very touch and go.
Yeah, but there's also that other argument where at some point, if you've been on the intermediates long enough, they will eventually become slicks.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's still not a great strategy.
Yeah, it's not the best strategy.
Yeah.
But it's like if you're like doing well and retaining your position and can hold out, but as soon as you go into the pits, then you've lost out. Then I guess that's something you just need to weigh up.
Well, I think we can all agree the sprint was great. The sprint was fun. What were our thoughts on the actual race? A long pause here because
I'm trying to remember what happened.
Well, this is what happened to me, right? I watched the race and I really enjoyed it. But when I came to go over this and put some notes down about it, I couldn't really pinpoint what really happened in that race that I enjoyed so much.
What I enjoyed was finally Max not leading, having his leading laps broken.
Yes, that was nice. Even I'll be briefly.
It was great to see a little bit of competition coming back on that front row.
Yeah, a little bit.
And of all of them, Charles, good old Chuck, fucking being that one to bring it back.
Yeah,
it was like a nice little hint of what he once was.
And I think it reminded me what I really love about the F1. Now, like, obviously, when Lewis was dominating, he was dominating, but there was always a bit of a challenge. And we got excited every week because you legitimately felt like he could take this from Lewis this week. Oh, he could take it from Lewis this week. And we're watching a season where I never really feel like anyone's going to take it away from Max. Definitely not Sergio.
That's what
And so what we saw here was a glimpse of what we've missed. It never really felt like they were going to hold on to that lead, but it felt good for a few laps, especially knowing that they won last year. So it was a definite possibility.
Yeah. So I guess one thing is, should we recap on who actually ended up coming in the top 10?
Let's do that in the top 10. This is more.
Okay.
Let's keep general thoughts now. Ev, what did you like about the race or not like?
Okay.
Which was the part? Was it the sprint race where Perez tried to challenge? Max
that was. We should talk about that, shouldn't we? The start of the sprint. What I loved about this was that when it came to turn 3, that tight top corner, you can see Max.
That's right.
Max took his turn and then turned out. Like, he turned left on a right-hand corner to squeeze him out and then had the gall to complain about Sergio pushing him out. I'm sure Sergio did push him out. So he got his retaliation. So you, in my opinion, in sport, you can either retaliate and shut your mouth or whinge. Yeah. Choose one. Don't do both because you've now just been you're being a hypocrite.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that when Max came into the pits to get the fastest lap, he was only taking that point away off of Sergio. Yeah. It wasn't like... Because oftentimes George will do it. He's often in a position where he's like 4th or 5th and he's got a lot of space around him. Yeah. So he can afford to come in and his car's fast. I mean, all the cars are fast enough to get a fastest lap.
Yes.
At the end of the race. And just the fact that you'd risk having an accident in the pits. Just talked to Valtteri Bottas about having his wheel nut getting...
I talked to George Russell about giving the wrong tyres.
Yeah, and it's like, it still happens. That shit happens.
But that's how far ahead he is. It doesn't matter. He was just like, you know what, there is a risk, but even if I get it wrong, I'm still so far
ahead. And then there he is doing his warm-ups, warm-up wiggles down the straight.
It's when he did that the first time to Perez, I thought, how immature, what a child. This time I was like, that's pretty cool. Like there is a legitimate chance you might not get this, but you're still going to go for it anyway because you want as many points as possible and really stamp your authority.
That's like some Michael Jordan like bullshit.
Don't even put Max's fucking name in the same breath as Michael
all of
Jordan.
his teammates
That's
come
not
out
the same
like
shit.
they hate Jordan.
That's
personally.
not the same shit.
We might have to one day though.
Nah, fuck that. He will never be that regards.
I know you don't like him, but often we don't like the best. There's something about them that we don't like.
No, because I always loved MJ and he was the best.
I wasn't a big MJ guy. I was more of a David Robinson guy or a,
and that's why
Joe
you'll always
Dumas.
ever be second.
Exactly, and that's why I choose George Russell, because you never know what
He's
might
all about
happen.
the fundamentals.
Yeah.
He wants the layups. He doesn't want this 3-point bullshit. I just want good passing.
I want shots from the hip and just a nice little hook shot.
Yeah, really short shorts, really gangly white guys.
What?
Larry
Larry
Bird
Bird.
days. Yeah, there we go.
I just want 5 Larry Birds in my team.
Yeah.
What a coincidence. I don't see race.
Oh, wow.
Well, speaking of race, let's get into the race. Right.
I feel like we just gave away all the highlights.
Yeah. The number one driver of the race, the number one painted on his car, Max Verstappen, the leader of the pack, the MJ, the GOAT, the Tom Brady, what have you.
Don't even throw Tom Brady in there either. Fuck that.
He was a good 5 seconds ahead of Ferrari, and that was after pitting for the fastest lap at the end. So you could argue he was actually more like 30 seconds ahead of the pack. A pretty flawless drive from him, wouldn't you say?
Yeah.
Boringly so.
Yeah, but
Apart from when he, lost that lead when he pitted and Charles was ahead for a little bit.
it was nice
And
to
then-
see them fighting, because obviously it wasn't much of a fight. I did enjoy how well both Ferraris defend quite well. Like that Red Bull's just so fast.
Sainz
but they
did a
still,
very good job of holding that up for
exactly.
Charles.
Yeah, and I
for
think
sure.
ultimately that saved
Yes.
the second place.
Yeah.
Yes.
But before we jump on to second place, can we just go back to the fact of how bullshit that first, second, and third corners were on the first lap between Perez and Max?
Oh, in the sprint.
The way...
In the sprint,
No, in the race.
What happened? Take us through what happened.
Yeah. Paint us a picture with your words, Tay.
Hang on, it was the race, wasn't it? Now I'm getting confused.
Well, just say it and we'll confirm or deny.
Yeah, it was when it was when oh, maybe it wasn't.
Oh,
no,
my
maybe
goodness.
that was
Are you talking about where he
God.
look,
me out.
in the race? It was Leclerc and Max, and Max got a decent start on Leclerc. There wasn't really much Leclerc could challenge, but he just stuck very close to him. That's all that really happened.
Yeah, that's right.
So you're thinking of the sprint.
It's because I watched them back to back on the same day.
Oh, mate. This is what's so ridiculous about sprint
Yeah.
weekends in this format. They're just two separate races, and one's a short race.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
I know. Yeah,
And
no,
it's all the qualifying. It confuses me.
Yeah,
shootout.
I had to
Yeah.
explain it twice to my brother. He's like, okay, so what's the qualifier? What's the shootout? I was like, that's the qualifier for the sprint. He's like, I thought we had to qualify yesterday. I was like, we did, which was for the race.
But that's for the race.
So if you hear scratching your head, you had one practice. The qualifier on Friday was for the grid on Sunday. Then on Saturday, the shootout is the qualifier for the sprint, which is slightly shorter. And then that's grid lineup for the sprint is its own thing. And they race that, and the results of that are just purely points-based and mean nothing on Sunday. Which is why, even though we saw really cool things happen in the sprint, it meant nothing for Sunday's race, which is what I miss about the sprint, actually. I liked the sprint results meant that you got a higher grid place. It's ultimately why Ricciardo got
I
his
agree.
last victory.
yes.
And Hulkenberg could have been way up on the grid at the start of the race. So Leclerc got to lead for a couple of laps. He came in at second, 5 seconds behind Max. Geez, refreshing to see some Ferraris up there.
Yeah.
It was.
But I thought, despite them not really challenging, really good drive from him. No track limits to speak of for Charles, proving
zero.
that as an F1 driver, you can stay within the lines and set very fast times.
So that's so funny. You should mention track limits. What an odd topic.
Yeah,
What are track limits, Evan?
yeah, Evan, why don't you tell us and Lando Norris what track limits are?
track limits are
mean
different
Ocon?
every race. Yeah, track limits are different every race. Before each race weekend, and even during the weekend, they'll change the rules because they'll see that people are cutting corners during practice, and they'll say, "Oh, cut that out. We don't want that anymore." Or if they see drivers flagrantly dismissing track limits, then they'll change the rules. But yes, so typically your track limits are either the track, as hard as that might be to
Where
imagine.
that white lines are.
The white line, you need to keep. Sometimes you need to keep all four wheels within the track.
Or at least
other times you can keep
some
two
part
wheels.
of the tire.
Other times, the curb is considered part of an extension of the track. So that's when you'll see guys going way wide and doing that. So yeah, it's all confusing all the time. They've since come out and said that they're going to make that corner a gravel trap.
And this in particular is corner 9 and 10.
I
right?
really
Yeah,
hope
the last
I,
two corners.
I'll be
Yeah.
honest. I really don't think they need to, and I really don't want them to. I think there's some beauty in knowing that because they can't skim off into the gravel, they can go a lot faster. And I'd rather them just get the penalty for exceeding track limits.
Same.
But what I would
to be
like, I
fair-
would like a faster execution of the penalty.
Yeah, and not wait till
yeah,
end of the
so-
race to fucking put it all
Yeah.
through, so then it just changes all the results and you
So
don't know
to-
what the fuck just happened.
To be fair for both of those points, it is nigh impossible for the drivers to actually know
Yeah.
because they're going downhill, like
can't see
I
shit.
don't know, 3 inches with their ass off the tarmac. You can't see. You can't see out your mirrors, let alone the wheels. You're not.
To go on that point, it's nigh impossible for them to know until they get a penalty for track limits and manage to stay within track limits.
Oh
for the
yeah,
rest of
but
the race.
it's a bit like if you're trying to play golf and you think, well,
can't wait
I'll
for
just
this
try and hit
analogy.
it down the middle. Like that's what the drivers are doing. They're just kind of generally staying within the track limits.
But if there's a
instead
fucking
of, like,
brick wall there,
getting
they
them-
ain't fucking mucking that up, are
Yeah,
they? So
well,
it's like Roger.
some of them are.
I think there's
some of them are.
liberties there.
Okay, but
I
then
think
there's like
some liberties
let's
there,
look
for
at
sure.
tennis. If the ball is hit outside the white line in tennis, that is out. I don't see. Well, Kyrgios is a bad example. I don't see people who aren't Roger Federer going, well, this is just unfair. You can't just expect us to hit it perfectly inside the line every time.
No,
That's,
I think-
that's really hard to do. And Roger Federer is just there going, what are you talking
the
about?
biggest issue, I think the biggest issue is what Ev brought up before, is the fact that every time it seems like the rules are a little bit different, determining on a few factors, right?
Except that
as
you're
Ev
told
said,
before the race.
That's true.
yeah, but if
the
you've been racing that whole weekend in a certain way, right?
Yeah, and then they
based
change it.
on, and then they changed
But
the
they
rules
hadn't.
on you.
They didn't change the rules.
Yeah, but
the
they
rules
hadn't
were the
this
same all
weekend.
weekend.
Yeah.
And this is a
Yeah.
track. This happened last year, I think, on this track. This is a
Yes,
track.
it's always
I
happened
didn't.
at
I
this
didn't
track.
feel like it was
It,
as.
it happens on this track because
vocal.
that
All the
turn
time.
10, they want to get as fast as they can going through
Yes.
that state. And
Oh, yeah,
maybe
for sure.
sometimes
It's
the
like a
car
slingshot.
slides out a little
Yeah.
bit, maybe it doesn't. But they all want to push that fucking line. And I'm sorry, if you're not good enough to do it, tough shit.
But I don't think it's a question of good enough.
I
though.
do, because
think-
it seems to be the best drivers didn't have a fucking problem with it.
Well, and then to your other point, like why we're all very frustrated. Everybody's frustrated by the fact that it took ages sometimes to find out. They had something like just in the race alone, not qualifying or
Not
the
the
sprint
weekend,
or
yeah.
the sprint qualifying. They had just the race alone. They had 1,200 infringements
Wow.
to look at.
Yeah.
And it's like. Like either because we've all seen in the rugby or the cricket or the soccer when they go to the VAR room
Yeah.
and you can
Tennis.
see it's just like 3 guys
Yeah.
and like a dozen TV screens, and they're all like those 3 guys are very highly qualified referees or umpires or whatever you. But they're not. They don't have to do. Imagine them doing 1,200 knock-ons in rugby in one game. Like,
Yeah.
Well,
but they should have planned for that.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah.
They
Well,
should
let's come back to this at the end of the episode for what's Verstappen, and during this episode let's all think about what each person's best solution would be for the Austrian track for track limits, because clearly it's going to be, you can't just go we'll just penalise them because there's 1,200. So that
If it's that
so
many.
the
Yeah,
drivers are going to
exactly.
cry about it. Let's figure out a way to solve that issue at the end of this episode.
Yeah.
The thing that I got the most entertaining though out of track limits was hearing all the whinging come from the Brits. So Lando was complaining,
Fuck, so
Lewis was
much.
complaining.
Well, Lewis was only complaining because
Yes,
Lando was
yes,
bitching.
exactly.
And so
And-
Lewis is
yeah.
like, well, fuck, if I'm going to get penalised for this, then
Right.
I'm going to fucking point out everything.
And I thought
You know,
I
he
can't,
had every
I can't
right
speak
to, do
to
that.
you all race.
And I thought it was bullshit.
I can't talk the whole lap about how many times he's crossing the line.
Well, I'll bring it up when we get to
What a
Lewis. We've got a
bitch.
few races to get through, but
What
let's
a bitch.
remind me about the track limits thing because I thought Lewis had every right to say that. Perez came in.
I agree.
Speaking of track limits, Perez came in at third, 17 seconds behind Leclerc. Wasn't actually 17 seconds, but he was punished for his track limits. Thanks to Lewis
God,
Hamilton
how
pointing it
lucky
out.
was he to retain that position, though?
Oh, man. Well, Lando Norris was 26 seconds behind him.
Yeah.
And then you had Sainz pushed back to 6th. Norris, 4th. Really good race. Really good race.
Yeah.
The McLaren looked a little stronger.
They've
Now,
got some upgrades.
Was that to
They've
do with
got
upgrades?
Yeah, upgrades
Norris
this-
is the only
this
one
race.
who's got the upgrades, though.
But more are coming next week.
Yeah,
at
yeah,
Silverstone
for
as well.
Silverstone.
So
they're,
basically,
and
Piastri
this is-
has the benefit of well, I didn't have the update.
Hand-me-downs.
So yeah.
He was coming last at one point. I don't know why.
Did he get
pitted.
damage at the start?
I don't know. I just saw that he dropped down to last. I'm like, that's not right. Yuki Tsunoda should
Yeah,
be.
he went into the back of someone due to being pushed, due to
That
corner
was Stroll.
3.
No, it was Stroll.
Yeah,
fucking
Stroll. Fucking Stroll again.
Stroll.
Yeah.
Oh my
Yeah.
god. I was.
At first, it looked like it was a amateur effort
Man,
by
I'm-
Oscar, but then they actually saw the context of it. It's like, oh, it's Stroll.
I'm telling you right now. I was thinking all weekend. You know what? Credit to Stroll. He's having a good weekend. And when that race
Yeah.
started, I was like, I am keeping my fucking eye open. I am waiting for him to make a mistake. And he almost made it to the end. And then suddenly, he just swerves on in. Like most drivers would just slow down and go around the outside. He just turns in, and old Piastri got rammed because of it, all rammed up the back.
When
of
we
someone.
played, when we play F1 on the PlayStation with Idiot Ollie,
And me.
and it's like, and you come up to like lap him for the second time. And it's like,
have a listen
and
to
you have to know that it's him because he's gonna like zigzag and like, or he'll be like perfectly professional, and you know he's just sucking you in. You know it.
So to give you all context about us playing the game, Ev's very good at this game. So Ev isn't just lapping
he doesn't have
Ollie,
a
he's
job.
lapping everyone. And Ollie and I have to find ways to slow him down. So often what I will do at the start of the race, I'll pull a Yuki Tsunoda and just career on up that inside, just hoping that I'll be able
talking
to
about
bump,
by road?
I'll bump
Yeah, yeah.
through the corner without getting any damage. I think that's what his plan was on the weekend.
Always.
But yeah, so that's why Piastri was so far back. Alonso at 5th, I think that was more due to track limits than to anything. He had no, sorry, not Alonso. That was Sainz. So Alonso at 5th.
Signs, yeah.
Yeah, Alonso really just a bit of a mediocre race. There was a funny bit where Stroll was ahead of Alonso. I don't know if it was the race or the sprint. I think it was the race. And Stroll's obviously panicking because he can see Alonso in his rearview mirror, going, "Hey, just tell Alonso there's no need to fight. There's no need to race today. We'll just team effort."
Mm-hmm. Team effort.
And then Alonso did end up fighting him a bit. But why did Stroll drop back so much? I thought he was doing all right.
Don't know. They didn't show much of
No,
him.
they really
didn't
didn't
of
show
Max.
much.
No.
I think it's really funny. So right now, at the time of recording, the Tour de France is on, and they talk about how. So this happened with Lewis whenever for those like 8 years where he would just drive off into the sunset, and you never see him because it doesn't make for good television to watch a solitary car. They talk about it in the Tour de France where like if there's a breakaway. It might be random guys who go for the breakaway, and you think, this is stupid. What are you doing? Like, you're gonna burn out, or you're never gonna win. What are you doing? But it actually it literally pays them for their sponsor to get
Up
like
front
15 minutes
and
of
away
like
from all the noise.
yeah,
Yeah.
and it's like big sponsor, and that's so critical. And it's like, yeah, like I've got a friend of mine and his company's sponsoring one of the teams, and their car like spun out, like we went right into a barrier, right? And I was like, this doesn't look good for you. And it's like, yeah, but they had
airtime.
like 5 minutes of airtime of their huge logo over the rear wing. I was like, oh yeah, all right, no, I can pay that.
Yeah. It's like, and if you're the sponsor on that barrier, you've just got that big.
Oh,
the
exactly.
Rolex.
Yeah.
If you're Rolex or was it Paramount Plus, Tulsa King.
It's still
Tulsa
Paramount
King.
Plus
Don't
everywhere.
Don't forget Workday.
Fucking hell! Didn't Tulsa King come out like 6 months
Mate,
ago?
yes.
Why are you still
I
advertising?
can honestly say I don't know, which means that advertising does not work at all on me.
yeah.
I have I don't even know what Tulsa King is. So 6 color signs.
That show's meant to be good, but I will not watch it.
I just
Welcome to Idiots of Tulsa King.
I just had a quick look at the track limits. I don't think Signs was punished too much for track limits. So
No, he did.
No, a couple weren't.
So how did he end up at 6th? I thought he was doing quite well. What am I missing here?
No, because he wasn't allowed to attack Charles.
Yeah.
No, but it did come out that he got done.
Did he get done at the end, did he?
He must have.
Well, I was having a look through all the reports about, because obviously it changed each time. And yeah, right.
Yeah,
he's
10
not in
seconds.
there.
No, after the race. 10 seconds
Yeah.
after 10 seconds extra, which means he would have come 4th. So that's a great example of how that system failed, because maybe he would have pushed harder. Maybe, 10 seconds is a lot. Maybe he would have been given more warning. I don't know.
Yeah, but look, 10 seconds.
Yeah, imagine if that were like Spa or Silverstone, like a really long, arduous track. And you'd come in, if I have 5 laps left, I could come in for like maybe even a used pair of softs, and you might be able to get that 10 seconds back over 5 to 10 laps.
Also,
not at Austria because it's too short.
Yeah.
But
also maybe he
really
was on
good
5
track.
seconds, didn't realize that he had been doing it, and then got another 5 seconds. Like maybe
exactly.
maybe you're going to be more careful.
Who was it? And they were like, "You should have told me that I already had a warning or something."
I don't know.
Who was that? And it was like, and it was really because Formula One is so much about communication.
Possibly Ocon.
And it was like
He got 30 seconds. He might as well not even shown up to the race, to be honest.
Oh, well, someone else who didn't need to show up to the race was Hulkenberg. Poor Hulkenberg, after such a good sprint.
I know.
And then just that...
What ended up... Was that engine trouble?
Engine failure,
his engine
yeah. And
those Ferrari engines aren't cheap.
Magnussen wasn't much better at 18th, so obviously just not... What looked like a promising
he was
weekend.
doing all right in the... He was doing all right.
Yeah.
Are they... What country are they both from? Because they're both
Germany and Denmark.
Austro-Hungarian kind of...
Hulkenberg's German, Magnussen's Denmark.
Oh, really? I was going to ask Ev to guess.
Oh.
Yeah. So they're both Axis, right?
Yeah.
So they're like interchangeable for me. So I never know
Ev's
whenever
still
one
living
does,
in the
one does
in
well,
their 40s, ladies and gentlemen.
50s.
well, whenever one does well, is it always Hulkenberg that's doing well?
No, it's one or the other. It's one or the other. They're never.
That's right. That's what I think it is.
Yeah.
But my brain, I only see one white guy.
Yeah. See, you can't be racist towards white people.
Yeah.
Then
they're the only people I'm allowed to be racist to.
Then at seventh and 8th, we've got George Russell and Lewis Hamilton. 7th and 8th feel like they should have been higher.
To be fair, because of the penalties, Lewis was actually ahead of
George.
Russell. Yeah.
George didn't have a very good race. I don't think 7th's very respectable for him on that track. The Mercedes just didn't look like it was firing all weekend.
To be fair, since Lewis has been doing better, Russell's been doing worse.
Yeah, I agree. Maybe it's something to do with the changes in their car. Although Russell, with his strategy mind, great choice in the sprint, and he showed that that one decision helped him gain like another 5 or 6 places or something.
Yeah, but was that luck?
Nah, that wasn't luck. That was There's with weather. There's always a bit of luck, but to have the foresight and the risk to be able to take that risk, I think he deserves that result. You know what I mean? He could have got it wrong, but
for sure.
it was an
Risk with
educated
reward,
guess.
Yeah, but you just think of because Alonso was also on the chat, and they were asking, should we go on slicks? And he's like, no, let's stick with intermediates. No, not time for that yet. And that was around the same time Russell went in for slicks. So it's just fascinating.
I think George is just savvy.
Yeah.
So he knows that he's not the number one driver.
Yeah.
So he doesn't have anything to lose and has everything to gain from doing this type of thing.
For sure.
Whereas Alonso has everything to lose because of course he's going to finish.
I think it's also Russell's style though.
For Aston Martin.
Yeah, I think with Russell though, he's got the force. He wants to be part of these decisions. I think he's also wanting to be. He wants to have control over his race instead of waiting to be told what to do. He's trying to be a part of that team, and I think that's interesting to have a driver out there being part of that. Alonso's being asked. George is just radioing. It's like, no one asked you, George. Yeah, but guys, it is raining. He's even got, he's even got fucking Horner putting his hand out to see if there is actually rain.
Yeah, I know. George, that's your sweat.
Yeah.
Are you that? Is it?
At least you could laugh at it, Lance Stroll, 9th. Nothing race except for almost killing Piastri, probably.
Well, it wasn't.
Week in and week out, he proves my point, and it's great.
I know he's the one dickhead on the I-5 who brake checks a truck, and then the truck goes up into him, and then the Piastri is the guy in the minivan going up.
And he comes out smelling like roses.
Lance Stroll is there was a famous episode of The Simpsons where Grandpa, there was that a tontine. Where Grandpa Simpson and Mr. Burns fought in World War II.
Oh, the hellfish.
Whoever was alive last got the priceless.
Yeah.
And at the end,
German,
it was like there was There was a German in a BMW. He's like, mind the CD changer, boys, in the boot. Because that's when CD changers were the most expensive thing you could put in the car. And then it's thumping techno as he drives off.
And then he stops.
That's Lance.
And then it's Grandpa Simpson and Bart are hugging, and he's like, "Hey, fun boys, get to room, yeah," and then zooms off. Now I'm gonna think of that every race when Lance Stroll drives past and
Yeah. Every time he overtakes somebody, we need that as a sound effect.
Okay. 10th,
I'm dead.
10th, we got Pierre Gasly, another victim of track limits. Albon.
Yeah.
Sitting pretty at 11th. I thought he had a really good weekend.
He's doing really well.
He is slowly looking better and better.
Well. He should have, to be honest, the way he was racing should have been better than 11th. He should have been.
Yeah, if he's got a better car, I think he'll be doing better.
Yeah, he's pushing that car to the absolute limit.
Helmut Marko came out and said, Lewis destroyed his confidence when Lewis went side by side.
Fuck off.
And it's like, fuck off, mate.
Max destroyed his confidence. You destroyed his confidence.
Yeah, you fired him.
Exactly.
It's your job to support him.
He's just proving you
Nick
wrong.
DeVries. Bye, Nick.
Oh, Nick DeVries. When are we getting rid of that guy? Another nothing. Oh,
it's going to be soon.
Oh, it better be.
I think it's four races or something, 3 races, because we're nearly halfway. So
we're almost.
Do you guys have any intel on that?
No, I read that he'd got 3 or 4 races left.
Yeah.
To make an impression. Otherwise,
he's making an impression.
Well, but also talking about we can get to it obviously, but little.
We're almost there. We're on the final 10 anyway. So because I mean, Sargent didn't turn up again. 13th, thanks to track limits.
But
from
mind
everyone
you, though,
else
he did do better, and for a moment, he was in the points.
Oh, please. Ocon, the most penalised man of the day, 14th. Bottas, better than usual for him, but still not great. Although he was last at one stage. Piastri, we talked about. De Vries, shit. Magnussen, not his best weekend. Sonoda, shit.
Fucking Yuki. Yuki. Oh my god.
And Hulkenberg not finishing. So, right, now let's get to De Vries.
Classic Yuki. I love how we just briefly run over the last few. We don't even bother talking.
All these millionaire races. I like that Esteban's riling against the law. What a French thing to do.
Yeah.
You've run afoul of the law every single time.
He'll be running down
just turns over tables.
He'll be running down Silverstone.
Lights bins on fire.
Got a cigarette out of his helmet. It's like, fuck you.
Just that little hole at the front.
Just through it. Like that classic clip of the cameraman having a fag or a ciggy at the cricket, and he catches the six, and he just throws it back and sits back down and takes a massive drag.
That's Australia
the 80s.
for you.
Oh, the 80s.
Oh, mate, so good. Right, so, well, I mean, look, who are we thinking is going to take De Vries' seat?
Yeah, so it's either the prevailing wisdom that obviously it's Red Bull affiliate, so they could get Ricciardo, albeit I don't think Red Bull want that.
No.
Just because they want Daniel for themselves in case they need him.
In case they need more promo.
Yeah, and then they've got some American guy, I think, that's on their books, who's won.
Well,
apparently,
he didn't have his license last year.
He didn't have his super license, and that was
I think he does.
So there
now.
was a disagreement between Helmut and Christian in regards to bringing on De Vries,
right?
And it was because they wanted the American guy who couldn't get his super license because obviously he didn't have enough points and blah blah blah.
Yeah, either he has enough points now,
Yeah.
or it doesn't matter if you're a reserve driver. I'm not sure.
What? Oh, as in the super license doesn't matter if you're a reserve driver?
There's something. There might be a different caveat if you're a reserve.
Oh, you mean a loophole?
Yeah, like a tax loophole that all Americans use.
Yeah.
Hey, mate, I'm gonna flog that as much as I can.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just now it's on record for the tax department.
Socialism's
because they listen to this.
Socialism's a 4-letter word in America. Also is education. Ironically
Well, if
enough.
I was the tax department, I'd be keeping a close eye on Taylor Scheuer and paying attention. Really set me up.
Paying your taxes.
Set me up. Yeah. Have you been paying your taxes with Taylor Scheuer?
Fuck me, stop it.
No is the answer. Did they accept crypto?
Ladies and gentlemen,
anyway.
we're now at that time of the episode. Now that we've gone through the race with a fine-tooth comb, at least up to 10th place, we now discuss the ongoings of the week in form of a quiz where the Brains Trust Evan Lobb goes up against the Games Trust Taylor Scheuer to see who, in fact, has been paying the most attention. Pass.
What's the score?
You've been paying attention. I think the score, I don't have my thing in front of me. 4-4? Or was it 4-3?
I think
I'm pretty sure we're
4-4.
tied.
Yeah, tied 4-4, I think.
Alfa Romeo, you've been paying attention.
Alfa Romeo, you've been paying attention. Audi, you've been paying attention.
Evan Locke, have you been paying attention?
Ferrari, been paying attention. No, that doesn't work. All right.
Nah, get out
so
of here.
I will have a series of questions. It's only a short quiz this week, so I'm hoping someone absolutely dominates. Apologies for being a short quiz.
Me.
I've been flying around the outback for the last few days. In tiny little planes with fans as wings. All right, so the best part of the quiz is hearing everyone's buzzer. Taylor, what is your buzzer today?
Don't take my buzzer. 'Cause I don't have a buzzer.
It's probably something to do with Lando having a whinge. It's like, he's gone over the track limits.
That's that yours.
So fucking stupid.
Mine's also a whinge.
Oh.
That'll be good. We'll have two
Let's hear
whinges.
it.
He's intimidating me.
Fucking hell. You got to give context to that. No one's going to know what you're referring to. Come on. Give the context.
Well,
give
that
the
was
context.
Sainz and Perez.
Yeah, Sainz and Perez. Sainz was saying how Perez was all over the back of him, and he, perhaps the first time in competitive sports, complained that he was being intimidated in air quotes.
That's not a flex.
Yeah.
That's not a flex, by the way. Like, no competitor wants to complain that their opposition is intimidating them. That is a surefire way to get put on the bench. Now go out there, guys, and destroy them.
Mate.
Ted Kravitz made a point that perhaps it got lost in translation. Maybe there's a word in Spanish that he didn't.
No, dude.
Spanish. They're both
Spanish.
They're both Latin. They're both Latin based. Like, you know.
I can tell you right now, we can Google it right now, and it'll be quite an easy translation.
I just think that just
Il intimidado.
il intimidado, and then that has to be translated into Italian. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, this is a 5-question round, so it shouldn't be a tie unless you guys get a lot wrong.
Now, before we go, is every point worth 1 point, or are you going to throw in some bullshit?
Every point is worth 1 point.
Until it isn't.
Until I've decided otherwise. So, here we go, ladies and gentlemen. And you can all play along at home. If you are... You could even record yourself listening to the podcast and show us how much better you are than both of these guys by getting the answer before them. Even if you fast forward now, listen to the answers, then
socials.
rewind, and then film yourself saying the answer like you're smarter, not that that's hard, than these two. Okay.
I believe you.
Question
What
1.
was my buzzer again?
He's gone over the track limits. or
He's
something.
gone over the track limits.
It's going to be hard to know who's who at the start of each one.
We're both whinging.
Okay. How many laps did Hulkenberg hold on to his second place in the sprint for?
He's intimidating me.
Evan.
Oh my god. Ev.
1.
No. Taylor.
It's a short track. It's like 2 or 3, surely.
Fuck.
That's
I
a
have something in my head,
It's
but
a lot.
I don't know if it was. It was in reference to a different one. I'm going to just throw it out there. I'm going to say 8.
Oh, no. He held on to second place until lap 12.
What?
Lap 12
Fuck, I was
in the
gonna say
sprint.
11.
Good for
I knew-
him.
How good is that?
Yeah.
Good for
I just thought it
him.
was too much for him.
Oh, man. Because I remember watching it and making note. I was like, that is going to be in the quiz this week. I cannot believe he's still up there.
Yeah, all right. Good
Yeah.
question. Good question.
All right, so it's
Well done.
0-0. Now we're already...
You get a point for having a
This
good
is definitely
question.
going to be a
You're
tie.
on-
I can feel it. Well, okay, then I'm winning 1-0.
Yeah, all right. Digby's up. That's like the best you've ever had.
Question 2. What is Dietrich Mateschitz' son's name?
Fuck me, man. Are you kidding me?
He was on the
right
track
now?
and they mentioned him, and I was like, oh,
Yeah,
wow.
I didn't get any of that bullshit. I didn't get any
Oh,
of the pre-track
well, you should-
Yeah,
stuff.
I've seen him. I've seen his face.
It's a free hit for Evan then.
I don't know what his name. It's not Dietrich Mateschitz Jr.
No, but it's
which I-
something Dietrich Mateschitz.
Oh, is it?
Dietrich's
I knew it
his
was
middle
Oh, the
name.
third.
Yeah.
To be fair, they didn't use his middle name on the broadcast. When I looked it up to double check his name, Dietrich is his second name.
Oh my god,
No,
I would
no.
never have thought to fucking look at something
His name
as
is
that.
his name is Mark Mateschitz. Well, 0-0.
me.
Well, okay. Here's a 50-50 for both of you, and only the person who buzzes in first gets a chance because it's a 50-50. All right? Is he older or younger than me?
He's over the track limit.
Yes.
I gotta say younger.
Yeah, he's only 31.
Oh, fuck you.
Yes.
That's a point.
Fuck
for
you
Taylor.
and Mark Dietrich.
Point for Taylor.
Fucking hell, that's his. Hang
Fuck
on.
both of
he
you.
was. Is he like the last? How many kids did Dietrich have, or how many women?
I'm
did
not.
he with and
I'm
how many
not
children?
educated in the sexual habits of
No,
Dietrich
I only say
Mateschitz.
that because wasn't he in his
80s or something, 70s.
yeah,
no, he's in
and
his
then
70s.
to have a kid that's
Wasn't in his 80s.
70s.
and then have a kid that's what
Yeah,
37, 36?
32. I don't know.
Maybe.
I only know of Mark.
Yeah. All right.
All right.
Thanks a lot, Digby.
Mark Mateschitz was like that guy who's the son of the billionaire who went down to in the sub.
Oh fuck.
And
me.
he still went to the concerts and it's like, he'll either be alive or leave it. I don't know. What do you
The
want me to tell you?
stepson.
What do you want?
The stepson.
Life goes on. Life goes on. It's like,
At
they're
the
still
Taylor
looking
Swift
for your
concert,
father.
wasn't he?
Yeah,
the
yeah,
Taylor
God,
Swift-
Taylor Swift.
No, it was Blink
Life goes
182.
on.
It was Blink 182.
The earth keeps spinning. I don't know what to
Yeah.
tell you.
All right.
I'm about to inherit $1 billion.
Let's move on.
Shit.
How many?
Fucking-
Question 3. How many consecutive laps has Max led up until pitting in Austria?
He's gone over the track limit. Fuck. It was. I would say 264.
Incorrect.
Yeah, I'm trying to add it.
Yeah,
It was like roughly 70
Yeah.
laps a race on average. And I think it's been like 5 races in a row or something.
It's been a few.
283.
Oh, no. The answer is 248.
Oh.
So we got
That should
Taylor
have been,
still on one.
That should have
Taylor's
been a
intimidating me.
Okay. Who pitted first for slicks in the sprint?
He's over the track limits.
You're
Taylor.
such a cunt.
Russell.
That's 2-0.
You can't just spray your cum over everything.
Well, you got to spray something, mate.
Yeah, I know. Get a black light in there, Ev. It'll look
I
like
thought we
Jackson
were going.
Pollock
I
painting.
thought we were going to talk about this before.
Well, we did talk about it.
Well, have you been paying attention?
All right. That's 2-0 to Taylor. So obviously this last question is going to be worth 5 points.
This is so bullshit. This is such bullshit.
What was Dietrich Mateschitz' second wife's middle name?
Okay.
Oh, he's fucking Googling it.
No, I
Yeah,
was
that's
gonna,
right.
I was
I
gonna
told
say maybe I could make this a legitimate 2-point question to make it interesting. Or I could give you 2 more questions if I need it. I'll have a bonus question up my sleeve.
Oh, God. All right.
How many laps were in the sprint?
He's over the track limits.
I had to
24.
remember what my
Taylor
puzzle was.
Wins. Unequivocally.
Yeah,
that is a 3-0.
Wait, how many laps was it?
24.
24.
24.
71 in the main race. That means
I don't
Hulken...
know if I would have said... I wouldn't have said 24. I was going to say 23.
Oh, okay. Well, that means that Hulkenberg was
anyway.
coming second for half the race.
That's right.
Congratulations, Taylor! The winner of Has You Been Paying Attention?
Yes.
Brings it up to 5-4 or 4-3.
5-4.
I'll have to check
5-4.
my notes. But it's a nice, close
I
race.
think it's 5-4.
It's the equivalent of the
same-
Austrian
same
sprint
difference.
right now, and Has You Been Paying Attention? We're currently on a 3-week run of consecutive races. Next week,
Triple header.
we are off to the beautiful and ginormous Silverstone track in England, and this is the first time in a while I haven't been there.
No.
It is great to watch on TV. I actually would argue much better to watch on TV than in person. Just
They should do
the sheer si-
when
because of the sheer size.
when they do when they do the start of the race and they do the national anthem and things like that. If you're in Qatar, they'll have a 777 double decker plane will swoop down.
Yeah.
And then if you're somewhere else, there might be a fighter jet that comes
yeah.
around. And they should have at Silverstone, it should be a squadron of Lancaster bombers, just low flying in. Remember the Second World War?
I was going to actually...
Spitfires.
I forgot to ask you, Diggers, seeing that you were there this time last year
Yeah.
at Austria, did you miss not being there this year?
Yeah, I'll tell you, it was what was really weird because usually I've been in Europe this time of year, bar COVID, at this period since 2016, every year other than COVID, and so it felt really shit not being there and being able to watch the daytime race stuff, but. To be a year since Austria was mind-blowing. I cannot believe it's been so fast.
That time went.
Before we move on from Austria, actually, really happy to hear no controversy this year.
Yeah.
At the track.
Oh, yeah, that's a good point.
So that was really cool. I hear.
No, there was one. One of Max's fans threw a
Flare.
flare.
Yeah, so
Oh,
that was
that's
minor though.
right.
They banned flares this weekend, and someone set one off. Oh well.
Oh no, it landed on the track.
Oh well, that's fine.
Yeah.
No one's getting hurt
during
on the
practice, wasn't it? It was during
Yeah.
practice? Yeah.
Yeah. To be fair,
Well, can we all agree that?
I don't really care. By the way, I love it when they have flares. At,
So do I. I
football.
love flares.
They do it in
It's
Italy,
great for TV.
and it's like hell on
Yeah.
earth because all the colors melt to brown, and it's just the atmosphere is insane.
That's not how colour works, Ev.
It's a
No, because those flares are so acrid. It just it all
right,
goes
right,
into
right. Yeah,
one
yeah.
color.
It certainly didn't
And,
feel like it had the same gravity as last year, just because Max is so far ahead, and it never felt like he wasn't going to win. But
Actually,
I did really enjoy the weekend as a whole. I thought it was a really successful race weekend.
I think just on that note, and I wanted to bring this up because I know you guys would be experiencing this in regards to broadcasting and televising of the races, right? So over here, at least for me, because I'm recording depending on the time of the race and all that sort of stuff, I'm always getting it afterwards,
Yeah.
right? And the streaming service I use will sometimes
ESPN?
record. Well, but it's through YouTube TV, and it's either ABC or ESPN. Right?
What the fuck is wrong with you? You're a first world country.
No. YouTube TV is not YouTube. It's an actual proper streaming service with channels, right? So it's a proper service. It's only here in the US.
This is an audio podcast. You can't see me making a wanking gesture at Tay right now.
Yeah, and you're having
it's a real streaming service.
Yeah. Easy if you get it all over your face. So sometimes it will record the entire broadcast from the moment they're doing the grid walk to the doing all meeting the celebrities, all of that stuff, right?
Yeah.
With Martin.
Yeah.
And then sometimes it won't at all. Right? And I'll just get it from the formation lab. And I'm like, what the fuck? I don't understand. And then but also it's being sort of rebounded. ESPN's basically taking Sky's broadcast.
Yeah.
And showing it. So when
the one-
Sky talks about the, scan the barcode and you'll be able to and go on this and
Oh,
go on
yeah,
that,
we
and you'll
get
be
that.
able to go all the different views and all that
Sky
sort of
Glass. Sky Glass.
Yeah.
Sky Glass
can press the red
customers.
button.
Yeah. All that sort of stuff, right? And it's just I have access to none of that. And obviously I'm assuming you guys don't
but
get
neither do
access
we.
to it
No,
either.
we don't get it.
So it's only in the UK because
I
obviously
don't have a
Sky-
red button on my remote.
Yeah. And I'm sure you wouldn't be able to do it anyway, even if you did.
I'm reminded
doesn't interact
every
with-
race that I don't have a red button
same.
on my fucking remote.
Same here. So I wonder what that means as time goes on,
What do you mean?
and it becomes
Explain
more,
yourself.
It becomes more mainstream in the sense of American.
Yeah, it's
How they're
surprising
gonna
that
change
ESPN
things.
haven't gone
Yeah.
way all out on
Yeah.
on this, because it would be such a money making thing for them to have Americans explain this to an American audience.
Yeah.
They don't like
And then
complex sports.
have their own American ads, and
Oh no, they still got all
do
that.
yeah, no, but not in the same way.
I love that KO doesn't
it's
have
surprising.
ads. So when there's an ad break, you just get this beautiful atmospheric music saying, we'll be
Yeah.
right
Oh,
back
I
in a
love
minute.
that.
I fucking love it.
Yeah. Take a moment to have a breather.
Yeah. It's so great. Well, we're off to Silverstone next week. One, again, of the more exciting races. The track is pretty ginormous.
It's
What did we
massive
see
track.
last year? Last year we saw Jogran New flip into the
Oh,
gravel
yeah.
and just
the
about
big
flip
crash.
into the fucking
Yeah.
crowd with
Carlos won.
George Russell making
George-
a dash. To
George
see if
tried
it's
to kill
okay.
him.
Yeah, obviously, and then tried to save him. It was a bit of a toxic.
No, he made it look like he was trying to say.
Yeah, well, that's why I mean
Yeah.
it's toxic.
And
He
I'm
was-
sure Stroll
he
was in there somewhere
gaslighting
fucking
him.
everything up. Yeah.
Yeah, George was just avoiding Stroll.
Oh Jesus!
I can't remember who it was though, but he was avoiding someone.
Yeah, he was. I can't remember.
No, he was avoiding Gasly.
I think it
He
was
was
a
getting
Haas.
squeezed
'cause
by
that was a
Gasly.
race where everybody was jumbled up on the starting grid.
Yeah, that's
yeah.
right.
So you had really fast cars.
and then we had
versus really slow
we had
cars.
the protesters 10
Oh.
corners
Oh,
down.
I didn't
yeah.
even. No one got
I was
to
like,
see
what's
them. That was the
going
best
on?
bit.
Yeah. Imagine all right, you've the conviction that I'm okay with going to prison for this. We're
Or
going
being
to save.
sliced up by
We're
an
going to
F1
save
car.
the animals. Everybody should be vegetarian, and then you go out there. It's like, where is everybody? Where?
Yeah.
Did
You
we
know
get the
what?
wrong day?
You
Did
know
we get the
what?
wrong
You
day?
get arrested
This is-
and you don't get to make your point.
Yeah,
You know what? You know what
yeah.
it is.
Yeah.
You know what it is. It was George being the hero we needed,
Yeah.
who took out Joe because he knew the protesters were just a few corners away.
The British Prime Minister was on the phone to George. Look, George, we've got these fucking protesters really fucking
yeah.
around with our
You know what
oil
to
right
do.
now.
It was Boris.
We need-
Look,
Don't
George,
worry, Chief.
We've been having these parties at Downing Street. I need you to take the attention.
Take out
away
one
from
of the
me.
foreign guys for me, mate, and make it look like an accident.
Yeah. I don't know how he got in the country anyway.
So most driver wins.
That's Boris talking
Is
to
Lewis Hamilton with 8. What
Yep.
constructors had the most wins here?
Ferrari,
How many?
they are on 18, I think.
Yes, they are. Well done.
How do you know that?
And like I said, it's a fucking big track. It is 5.891 kilometers or 3.66 miles for the British and American listeners here. The race is 52 laps long. Last year, pole position was Carlos Sainz, who won this race.
Yeah,
Perez
he
was
did.
second, and Hamilton was third with the fastest
And I think
lap.
that was Hamilton's first podium that year.
Yeah,
wasn't
I
it?
think
Yeah.
so too.
Yeah.
So I think what that means for me is it could be another Austria-type weekend where we see a bit more interesting results in the podium and then the top 5 at least.
I hope so.
This is also the track where Lewis and Max had that infamous entanglement where Max ended up in the fucking wall.
Yeah, well, Max was being a dick.
Yeah. Imagine if Lewis had turned to the left on that right-hand corner like Max did to Sergio last weekend.
Well, yeah, exactly.
He turned into me, bro.
I know.
Did you like my Did you like the meme I sent? The Spider-Man, Batman, Superman. What's Max doing, man? It's just a picture.
You fucking idiot. Stupid.
So for us, it's a midnight race. It's no sprint this weekend, is there?
Nah.
Thank goodness. Although I do like that Silverstone.
And also,
sprint.
it's only Austria and
Azerbaijan.
and and Silverstone. There's no race after Silverstone till later in the month.
Oh, I thought there was 3 in a row.
Yeah. Nah, there isn't.
That sucks.
Yeah.
So Hungarian is the 23rd. Okay. So
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. 21st.
This is honestly,
But the
I know
race
we've
is
said this last year.
yeah.
This is my favorite time of the year where you get Austria, Silverstone, and Hungary all in a row. Then you get Spa for the purists. Those are my
Yeah.
3 favorite tracks all together before Belgium. I'm sure it will
That poor
rain
guy who
heavily in
died
Belgium.
I know, that was sad.
Formula-
Oh
Yeah,
yeah, that was
18-year-old
so. It
guy.
looks like they're going to be making some track adjustments there.
You don't need track adjustments. You need to change. It's the barrier.
Yeah,
It's not the corner. It's the the barrier is at a 45-degree angle to the car.
Yeah.
So
especially
it
when they
gets
slide
deflected
into it.
back. Yeah. And it's like, why would it costs like tens of millions to change that?
Yeah.
Which is why that hasn't
well,
happened.
can't put a
Hang
price
on,
on someone's life.
Why the fuck?
Yeah.
But also, this is not the first time either. Have you seen
Yep.
the crashes they've had
Yeah.
on that?
Oh,
You know, like
mate.
Well,
this
that-
is not the first time.
The guy who passed away a couple of years ago, 2 years
Yeah.
ago, and he was friends with
Gasly.
not Ocon, with Gasly.
Yeah.
So they've changed it since then, and that cost like multiple
But I
millions
don't
of
understand,
dollars.
why does it cost so much? What are they doing? What is it?
well, Yeah, so I think it's a matter of it's not simply the mechanism of like getting a tractor in there and digging up the ground and then shifting it over. I think it's about because there's big grandstands there. And so I think it's about, well, if you're going to change it, then you need to change all the infrastructure that's around that. And that's what's expensive. And that takes planning as opposed to just like moving a barrier. That's not hard.
So that's the money. It's fucking city planning.
Yeah, it's
Yes.
the red tape.
Yes.
Yeah.
And the track pays for that, not the Formula One.
To give you an example
So
of how ridiculous red tape can be, the premiere of Mission Impossible was on here over the Sunday night.
Oh, I saw that on Sunday.
Yeah, so the guy...
Oh, is it good?
Well,
It's awesome.
the guy...
Oh, really?
Before we start talking about the movie,
Yeah.
the
Idiots
red
of Mission
carpet
Impossible.
premiere was done by our production guy for our band, and he was with us going to Birdsville. So he was on the phone the whole time, just making sure it ran smoothly. And he was telling us that to move some of the gear around, they needed a forklift. But because the red carpet stretched out over New South Wales government property, they wouldn't allow them to use their forklift and forklift driver to drive the gear over their property. So they made them hire a New South Wales government employee forklift and forklift truck driver to then take the gear from the other forklift and then take it across their area
At an extortionate price as well.
Oh my god, it's like ridiculous. So I can imagine
mental.
something like this just being a nightmare and cost so much unnecessary amount of money.
All the bullshit. All the fucking bullshit.
The Springfield leaving town tax.
Oh my god. Yeah. But yeah, film was awesome.
Yeah,
We
I
saw
want to see
we
it.
saw an advanced screening through one of the mates, and it was so good.
I can't wait. I'm a big Mission Impossible guy.
You
I'm
know-
still like,
Yeah.
I feel like I'm in the minority. And, well, I think anybody of our age, if you're in your late 30s, you still think that maybe the first one was the best.
It is the best.
Oh,
The first
it
one is the
good.
best.
We watched
Like,
all of them.
the
We
first
rewatched all of
one-
them.
People don't watch the first one because it's the least like the modern one.
Yes.
But it was
But I
so
like
it was
it for that.
Still great.
staggeringly good.
It's still good.
Yeah.
It's still if you know
and
it.
like complicated, like properly complicated, not like
Well-
not simplistically complicated, but like actually.
You had to actually
complicated.
think. Let's not get off track here. Let's move on.
Yeah, no.
I've-
let's
I
remember what
watched,
this is
Move on to
about.
the end of the episode here.
It took me like 3 days to watch the Fast and the Furious.
We're
the
not
most
here to
Fast
talk
X.
about movies or to rate the super hunks.
I lost brain cells. It was so bad.
We're here to talk about what's been going on in the F1. We're so close to the end, guys. This has been... I've flown halfway across Australia for this. Let's get this done. All right. First
Talk
subject...
about the McLaren livery.
All right.
Oh,
Is that,
yeah.
is that on the list?
Well,
Yeah,
okay.
Corporate
well-
synergy.
Let's talk about that before we get to what's Verstappen. What would you like to tell us about that chrome livery?
So McLaren are bringing back the chrome. Some would say, and again, of a certain age, the greatest livery of all Formula One. It was chrome
Jensen
and like
Button and
and a hot
Lewis
red.
Hamilton.
hot red for Vodafone, I think it was at the time.
Yeah, it was Vodafone. Yep.
And chrome, for some reason, chrome. Who thought that would be a livery? And it was just and the cars were beautiful as well. Like that, it helps when the car is aesthetically pleasing.
It just looked
And
more
so
mechanical.
they're
It
bringing
looked more
back the
raw.
chrome. It doesn't look as good as it used to, though. It doesn't look blindingly chrome-like. It just looks like reflective silver
Brush-
as opposed to
like brush
chrome.
metal.
Yeah. So I'm a bit disappointed. But anyway, I was drooling over this because I'm like, oh, amazing.
Yeah.
Like they finally, and because Lando's been,
Pushing it
'cause-
apparently.
yeah, pushing it because he's got the nostalgia for it.
Yeah.
And it's like, and then Zach Brown's come out and saying, well, yeah, it's for Google Chrome. It's like, buddy, nobody's using Google Chrome and associates it with the color of Chrome.
No one. If anything,
Exactly.
I
Like,
associate it
that's
with
not what
red,
that
blue,
word
green,
is.
and yellow.
Yeah, that's the
Yeah.
primary colors that they have.
Yeah.
And it's like, what do you, like, you couldn't just let us have something nice.
No.
Zach
And also,
Brown.
that
you had to
benefits
put a
him as
pickle
well.
on it. You had
That
to put a
bene-
fucking
yeah, I know.
pickle on this, you
On this
American,
cake.
obnoxious, fat bastard.
That's how he makes himself feel better when he eats. He just throws a pickle on it.
Yeah. I'm on a diet. I'm going to put a pickle on this triple cheeseburger.
A Diet Coke.
Yeah.
That's now
Yeah.
now cancerous. Thank you to the WHO.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everything's cancerous if you have enough of
know.
it.
I know.
Yeah.
But
Just ask Michael Douglas.
Oh,
isn't
God.
that so? Fucking hell, Ev. I don't even know what that reference is.
Digby
I
does.
do. And if you're listening and you know.
And it's funny.
is.
And it's really, really funny.
Catherine Zeta-Jones knows.
Jesus, you need to tell me.
I think that's the
It's
best
so
joke I've ever had on
It's-
this.
let's put it this way. It's tongue cancer and he doesn't smoke anymore. Okay, so before we start talking about Michael Douglas, let's move on to the final segment of the program, What's Verstappen? It's a quick fire round where we talk about the ongoings and pressing issues of the F1 world. Each of Taylor and Evan will be given 20 seconds to give their strong worded opinion as efficiently as possible before I cut them off. They'll each get a turn, and hopefully we'll all learn something because of it. Who would like to start today?
Go on, Ev.
Alright,
You've
come
been
All
on
right,
a run.
great. I'm glad Ev's starting because this one.
Stop intimidating
This
me.
first one is just for
He's
Evan.
gone over the track limit.
If you at home don't know this, Evan Locke is quite a
Ladies' man.
fan of Ryan Reynolds, and I'd go as
Yeah,
far to
yeah.
say he fucking hates him. So
Means he
to
hates
kick off
Idiot
this,
Ollie.
in the last week, we've seen Rob McElhenney and Ryan Reynolds become shareholders of the Alpine team, famously known for their movies and TV shows, but also for owning the Wrexham Football Club and creating a very successful TV show out of it. Ev, what are your thoughts on celebrities taking ownership publicly of a team like Alpine? Is it good for the sport? Is it bad for the sport? Or do you want to just see Ryan Reynolds get fucked and get out of your life?
Look, it's good for Alpine. They get an injection of cash that they've already
Publicity.
spent, apparently, because they needed a lot of infrastructure. I don't see them making a lot of money out of this, because if that team is already valued at around $1 billion, depending on the
Yeah.
currency,
900 mil.
that's not going to be increased soon, and there's been a huge, well, not a huge downturn, but there's been a lot of fluctuation in fan appreciation of Formula One. It's kind of it's starting to go downhill because the race is quite boring with Max Verstappen just winning everything.
Pretty sure I called that last year.
Yeah,
We all called it, mate.
You can go back and listen.
Given that America, the only sport that America's invented in NFL is like attack versus defense. Like, there's no room for subtlety. Like, if one guy's running away with it, this isn't a product that's gonna work well.
All right, well, I'm going to have to cut you off there. So, in a roundabout way, good or bad?
In a roundabout way, it doesn't make a lot of financial sense.
Good or bad for F1?
Neither. Go.
Neither. All right, good. We're on the fence. Taylor.
It'll be good just because of Ryan and
Rob.
What's the other bloke's name?
Rob McElhenney.
Rob Delaney.
Rob, that's it. Yeah.
No one ever talks about him. It's always about Ryan buying it. It's never about Rob McElhenney.
Yeah, but he's still in everything.
I know. I feel sorry for him because it's never about him.
I mean, it's always the two of them whenever you see anything to do with the football club.
Yeah.
And then also, surprisingly, Michael B. Jordan's involved in this as well, though not sure how much of him is actually involved. It was just a name that was thrown. But they are one investment group of 3 that are taking that 24% in it. And the other one is actually the guy who owns the Red Sox, the investment group that owns the Red Sox. He owns, I think, Liverpool. There's a few sports investment heritage from that side. Sorry, Digby, you look like you're getting bored.
But no, I'm not bored. I asked for an opinion, and all I'm getting is facts. I don't want facts. I want opinions, boys.
Well, because you got to give context. What happens if no one knows what the fuck
What
we're
are they
talking
gaining
about?
I gave the context.
Yeah.
These boys have bought a portion of Alpine. Is this good or bad?
Why?
Are you talking to
I don't
Digby
know.
or
Well,
me?
either of you.
Yeah.
And I understand that this investment thing is all about just parking money, but it's like, they don't get any say in how the companies run.
But they get exposure and investment money. They probably get a media product
but they don't need
out
more
of it.
exposure.
No,
do they?
I mean, but some actors just
it
can't
might
get
be.
enough.
There's something to do. They are going to be the first, I guess, US investors, faces, and because...
But they could have invested in that Andretti team.
Maybe you'll find like F1 approaching like, look, guys, it was really great when you bought Wrexham. It's done really well. Great things for American fans. Maybe you could do that for the F1. Everyone loves Ryan except Evan Locke, and we don't mind what he thinks.
But I don't think Ryan beats to anyone else's drum.
Well, I wouldn't know.
Yeah, well, exactly.
He likes to make investments. I think it's an enjoyable thing for him. Maybe they're just big F1 fans, and this is a way they can be closer to it.
Yeah.
I don't really care. I hate when things like this make sport more famous or more popular. It's like, I don't care that
for the wrong reasons.
Yeah, it's just like that doesn't change my enjoyment of the sport. Maybe it'll get some people who don't like F1 to come and watch and go, "Oh, what's going on? What's going on?" Why is he intimidating me?
Why aren't they going around in just a circle?
Why are they athletes? That's me. That's what I used to sound like.
Kills me.
Okay, so
I mean, I think there's so many variables with F1 right now. It might be a good thing in the short term. Sorry.
Yeah.
Who knows what that means in the long term.
Okay. Well, let's move on to the last subject. Now, let's actually give you free reign with time here because there's a few things I want to talk about. So I asked you at the start of the episode about track limits, you guys to give a solution to the Austrian track. For next year, how can we avoid having these track limit issues other than the simple answer, just drive better and don't push your fucking limits like some of the drivers managed to do. Also, the second part would be, did Lewis have every right to be complaining about the track limits after Norris was having a go at him? Should Toto have approached that a little more diplomatically with Lewis?
All right, I'll do the first one first.
Okay.
Regarding the track limits and the change, there's room there, I think, where they could probably widen the course a bit. Where, again, it comes down to, obviously they're exceeding it because they're trying to get as best start onto that straight as possible and get like, as, a slingshot, as someone has said.
Evidence.
Yeah. So based on that, like, I mean, one way would be just to widen it if it's possible, and then that way they're getting that space that they're looking for to allow that to happen, right?
That would just take that space.
I reckon they would still take the track limits.
And it'll keep going. It'll keep. But the thing is, right, is that, we've got other tracks like this, but this is the only one I've ever seen so highly strict on the track limits.
No, I don't think it's that highly strict.
They're always strict.
They just don't think as many people take liberties than they do on this track.
Yeah, that's true as well.
Also,
then just bring in those stricter rules.
Well,
then find the solution there is bring in the stricter rules, make it apparent that it's like, don't fucking exceed it on these, or you're going to get that 5-second penalty.
Right.
And we're going to let you know then and there.
But okay, so that's what I was saying. Yeah. Let them know then and there. Ev then countered that with there was 1,200 to look at this week. So they got overloaded, right? So either have an automated system that automatically goes track limits, track limits,
well,
track
I
limits.
thought
it's called Hawkeye, and they use it in the cricket for the last 20
and
years.
tennis.
Yeah.
But obviously
And tennis,
they couldn't handle that. So let's imagine in a world where they're all useless. They can't handle 1,200 track limit notifications, and the drivers refuse to drive within. What would be your physical solution? I'll go with widen the track. You wanted to widen the track.
Well, Ev brought up a good point where it's just like, well,
like you said, this is the only track they do it in. Yeah. So maybe extending that little junction might make a difference. So let's run with that.
All right.
Now, Lewis was complaining about track limits once Lando started complaining about track limits. Then Toto, he was like, are people getting track limit penalties or not? Which was a fair question. Toto's like, just drive the car, Lewis. I know it's a shit car to drive. The fuck did that have to do with track limits?
Who knows? Yeah. I didn't necessarily think that Lewis was having issues like a bad race
neither
at all, in the sense of like, I think he was competitive every step, considering how much further Red Bull is, right?
Yeah.
So he was still up there in the second row. So unless he's just complaining about shit all the fucking time, and Toto's just like
they all do.
Fed up
they all
with
do.
it.
So maybe he's been complaining about the car, and it was almost like this was his hinting at, I've got a shit car. But it didn't sound like that.
Read between the lines. Type.
Yeah, it sounds like if your dad is on the sideline watching you playing football.
Oh, we all remember that, Ev.
If somebody's father were on the sideline watching them playing football, and it was their father who was like, maybe you should try harder. You'd be like,
that's a good point you bring up, Tay. I didn't really think of. Maybe Lewis has been complaining about the car constantly, and he's looking, and Toto knows him so well that he knows that's not him complaining about track limits. That's him complaining about the car. So Toto's like, you know what, mate? Fuck off about my fucking car. We know it's shit.
If there's like a woman, if you got your girlfriend or your wife, and then like she blows up about something, you kind of think, all right, this wasn't about... we didn't have another bottle of red wine. This isn't about that, is it? There's something else going on here.
I was getting all the toilet paper, okay?
Yeah.
This isn't about running out of toilet paper.
I used 3 squares. One up, one down, and one side to side.
I thought Lewis had plenty to argue, because I was having that same... I'm yelling at the TV, like... Perez going around. I was like, he's off the fucking track.
That's what
then,
I couldn't understand. That's
five laps later, they start getting the warnings. So it's like, I'm watching him every time. Max was doing it. But because...
and that's what I was struggling with, and that's what I wanted to bring up as well. It's like, I saw every time when it was looking straight down that line at corner 10, I saw everyone being outside that white line.
Not everyone. A lot of people, though.
A lot.
Most of them.
And and then they tightened it up once everyone started hearing shit. We're getting warned for this stuff, right? Then it
took him like 3 laps to get the red and white.
But this happened. This happened
so early.
This happened in what's the early nighttime track, like Bahrain or the Chinese track, back when Leclerc was quite fast. back in those
Yeah.
days. It was like still Lewis and Max.
Last year.
And Lewis,
Oh, no,
Lewis
not last year.
was
Before last.
going like over track limits constantly. And then Max
Yeah.
went to overtake him and pushed the track limits to overtake him. And because it was an overtake, he got punished. And he's like, well, hold on. Lewis, or one of the commentators was like, well, hold on. Lewis has been going over that edge every fucking time. Why isn't he called out? So it seems that they have this thing like, if there's no one around you,
If
go
it's not an
crazy.
advantage.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
go crazy.
Yeah.
But then suddenly,
Well, yeah,
if
so
it's
it
a
is-
tight race, it's like you can't have it both ways. You've got to punish Max even if he's 20 seconds ahead for going over track limits.
Yeah.
We saw in Monaco, and it happens everywhere. It happened when Lando got the black and white flag, which means the next time you do it,
Yes.
you're going to get a penalty.
Yes.
Yeah.
And he went off at that turn 3, right at the top of the hill.
Yeah. Yeah.
And like the next lap, he incidentally went off at coincidentally, I should say, went off at there because his car just couldn't turn.
Yeah.
But he didn't gain an advantage out of it because he was still slowing down and then had to turn. And because there's no grip out there anyway, you're not like burning rubber to get back on there. So you only get penalised if you gain an advantage. There's the chicane in Monaco when you
You go
come
straight
past through the tunnel. Yeah, you go through the tunnel and then there's a big chicane.
Yeah. That one.
At the swimming pool.
Yeah.
And it's like some guys go straight through that because they can't.
Get the
If you've
car around.
misjudged it,
Yeah,
you've gone too fast. You just have to go through.
Yeah.
But because there are bollards there or like speed bumps, it's a penalty in and of
In
itself.
itself. Yeah.
And then so that's fine.
However,
But yeah, if
I'm pretty sure they said this weekend, even if like De Vries went off, or someone like De Vries went off the track at turn 3, and he did get
Yeah, of
punished.
course
He did get
He did get punished.
a warning.
Now,
Yeah.
you've just said something, Ev, that made me realise why Toto was complaining about Lewis complaining about the car. Lewis claimed that he kept going over track limits because the car wouldn't turn. And
Yes,
I
he
was
did
like,
say that.
and I
Yes,
remember thinking,
yeah.
what a load of fucking shit, mate. The car's turning, just not the way you want it to turn. You
Yeah, that's
just
true.
have to
That's
go
true.
a bit slow. You
Yeah.
just have to go a bit slow.
Yeah, that is.
If you're concerned about your car, fix your fucking car, mate. I'm just watching Horner say that again. I'm just like,
I know,
yep.
I
You know what?
know.
If you can't do it, just fix your car.
Yeah.
If you're bouncing, fix
Well, we
your car.
don't all have
fair.
catering.
No,
alright?
exactly.
Don't all have catering.
Okay, but I actually I was all for keeping the penalties there. I didn't like the late penalties, but I think
Yeah.
the gravel traps are not my favorite, just because once you go off,
Well, once you're off, you're fucked.
yeah, and it
But
can
for
take people
more-
out of a
more
race
often
who
than
shouldn't
not,
be out of the
yeah.
race. So maybe just put a wall there. I don't know. A wall
Oh,
would solve the
good.
problem.
A wall will definitely stop the problem.
Hey, it works in Monaco,
Oh, dear.
so
Yeah, just getting.
Honestly, it's a
and
mental-
then they can do what Sky was enjoying by measuring how fucking far away people were getting from the wall.
Yeah.
That was a real fun couple of
yeah,
races.
but it
they
is
were
human
doing.
nature. They want to go as close as they can. If they couldn't go any closer, they wouldn't. It's so
Those-
it's as simple as that. And
They
you're
didn't-
willing to try and get away. You will always try and get away with not being caught. And if they're going to catch you every time, they just have to hold steady with that rule, and they'll stop doing it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a wall, the last corner in Canada. It's called the Wall of Champions.
Oh yes.
yeah.
And it is just a barrier. It's the wall, but it's called the Wall of Champions because only champions get close enough to leave enough
mark.
to leave rubber
Yeah.
on the wall without crashing.
Yeah.
And it's like that's awesome because that's like that's a big kind of dick measuring
Yeah.
place. But you see it in in Azerbaijan after you come through the castle section, that chicane.
Oh yeah.
There's a left hand 90-degree
Yeah.
turn,
Yeah.
and it's like turn 14 or something, and it's I think Yuki crashed there, a couple of guys crashed there, and
Yeah.
it's like it's the same thing. It's like you're trying to get as close to it as possible, but for whatever reason, that corner gets people every year.
Yeah.
It's never the castle bit where you're going through this little
that gets Charles quite a bit.
Oh, that's true. But yeah, it's funny how that one corner in maybe because it's right at the end of the lap that you're already looking ahead to the
Yeah,
finishing
exactly.
line.
I think so.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but anyway.
You sort of lose focus, but sort of not at the same time. You
Yeah,
sort
it's
of
like
just-
it's like the only acceptable wall in all of Formula One that everybody touches. Like very rarely you'll get somebody crash out there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anyway.
Oh, well, that brings us to the end of the Austrian GP for 2023. I loved it. I want to see more weekends like that. Even with Max winning, I still really enjoyed watching the whole race, especially the sprint. Silverstone next week. Will you guys be watching?
Yes.
Good.
Probably not, because I
Yes.
will be away.
Yeah.
And so
You'll have to watch.
We'll decide.
You'll have to watch the annoying commentator on YouTube highlights.
Oh my god,
that guy's annoying.
I want to watch somebody make like a Lego recreation of the race.
That
And then,
would take so much time, Ev.
Yeah, but people do that.
That would
Didn't
take
somebody do
so
that
long.
for the Max Verstappen crash?
Oh,
And I want something
bit
stupid
of stop
to
motion.
enlighten me.
All right. Until next week, everyone. Bye.
Alright. See ya. Bye.
Bye.
Meow, 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 meow.
Play the music.